ever feel like you're drowning in information?
Wow.
Articles, podcasts, social media.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah, like you can't even...
Totally.
And we all just want that clear path, right? To cut through and get to the good stuff.
Absolutely. That's the dream.
Well, today's deep dive, we're looking at knowledge graphs.
Okay.
This might be that path, you know?
Interesting.
It's about computers going beyond just storing data, but actually understanding how it all connects.
Like the relationships.
Exactly. Like our brains, but
on a massive scale.
a huge scale, yeah.
Yeah.
We're diving into this technical article all about building advanced ARG applications, but don't worry, we'll break it down.
Appreciate it.
No jargon today.
Sounds good.
So, knowledge graph, what is it?
Right.
The article describes it as this model, everything linked together, concepts, entities, relationships, the whole shebang, kind of like a
Like a web.
giant web.
Yeah.
Each piece of info is a node, and the connections, they're what give it the meaning, the context.
And that's what's so powerful about it. See, traditional databases,
yeah,
good at storing stuff, not so good at...
the connection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Knowledge graphs, though,
Yeah.
they're designed to think like us, make information make sense.
Like intuitively.
Exactly. Makes it actually useful, you know?
The article, it says it's like this hybrid.
Okay.
A database, network, knowledge base, all in one.
Makes sense.
Not just facts, but the why behind them.
That's it. That's where the real value is.
Right, like instead of just the city's population, you
You get the vibe.
get the whole experience, yeah.
The article contrasts this with vector databases.
Okay.
They say two cities are similar based on data,
Right.
but it's surface level. You miss that unique story.
It's like the difference between
Exactly.
reading about a place and actually going there.
Exactly. And this is huge E for AI, natural language processing, all that.
Which brings us to...
Yeah. Retrieval-Augmented Generation.
Yeah, you're right.
It is, yeah.
But seriously, even ChatGPT, as good as it is,
It has its limit.
they can get things wrong, yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah.
RAG aims to fix that. How?
Okay.
External knowledge, like our friend, the knowledge graph.
So instead of ChatGPT guessing, it's...
Get a cheat sheet.
Haha, kind of.
Yep.
Tapping into this massive...
Knowledge base.
Exactly. Making the answers way more on point.
Think about it.
Yeah.
LLMs.
Like ChatGPT
Yeah. They get language, but not real-world stuff.
and knowledge graphs.
Provide that. Structured, connected info.
Yeah.
Game changer.
The article breaks down how RAG works with these graphs.
Okay.
6 steps. Starts with a ton of documents, then uses natural language processing to pull out entities, relationships, all that.
That's where it gets really cool. NLP techniques,
Like what?
named entity recognition dependency parsing.
Uh-huh.
They help the system
Okay.
identify the important stuff, see how it all connects in the text.
So you're finding the entities, the people, places,
Stuff.
and then mapping out their relationships.
Got it. Then you build a knowledge graph.
Okay.
Bring in your LLM, ChatGPT, you name it. User asks a question.
Mm-hmm.
That question becomes a query. The knowledge graph understands it.
And boom, the answer.
Precisely. Raw data turned into...
Or insight.
And each step matters. It's not just about knowledge graphs or LLMs.
It's the combo.
Exactly. Together, they make information,
Powerful.
powerful, yeah.
Elle's really taking it up a notch.
That's right, like ChatGPT on steroids, haha.
Exactly. And speaking of powerful, the article talks about this.
Oh.
Knowledge graph database, FalkorDB.
FalkorDB.
And it's purpose-built for this stuff.
Like specifically for LLMs.
Especially for LLMs. It's all about speed, handling those complex relationships.
Right.
And it plays nice with other tools, which is huge.
They called it a high-performance graph database.
That's the one.
Basically the choice for large language models now. Yeah, and you can see why, right? It's that combination of speed, the way it stores knowledge, and how well it integrates. It can handle tons of data really quickly, but also keep track of all those little connections between things. Perfect for making LLM smarter, basically.
So we've got this powerful database, FalkorDB,
Yeah.
this whole RAG concept.
Mm-hmm.
But like, how do we actually use it? Make something with it,
Well, luckily the article walks us through an example.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's more straightforward than you'd think. They bring in a few other tools, Diffbot API, LangChain, OpenAI, just to show how it all fits together.
So it's like a recipe for building with knowledge graphs.
Exactly. They even give you code showing how to make an app.
Wow, really?
Yeah, that can answer tricky questions accurately.
Yeah.
And they're just using a basic OpenAI model for it.
So you don't have to be a coding whiz to try this out.
Exactly. That's what's exciting. It's becoming more accessible. This tech could really change things up in so many fields.
It's like we're just getting started here.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Imagine searching online, but instead of just links,
Yeah.
you get actual answers tailored to what you asked, pulling from this huge, verified network of information. That's the potential.
That's wild.
Or think about it in education. Personalized learning, but like really personalized.
Knowing what you already get, what you're into.
Exactly. Knowledge graphs can make information way more relevant to us in every part of life.
So it's not just about AI being smart. It's about
being smarter.
It's about us.
The whole new way of thinking about information. Less about individual facts, more about how everything fits together.
It's like we're upgrading our brains, but like on a global scale. Haha.
That's a good way to put it. And this whole deep dive has really opened my eyes.
Mine too.
We started with information overload.
Which, let's be real, it's a constant struggle.
It is. And now we're talking about knowledge graphs.
RHDB, FalkorDB.
All this amazing tech. But the biggest thing for me is it's not just about the tech itself. It's about what it lets us do. It's about making us smarter, more efficient, more informed.
Like fundamentally changing how we interact with knowledge, period.
And one thing that really stuck with me from the article?
Yeah.
They touched on the issue of misinformation, which, with AI getting so good...
It's a scary thought.
It is.
Yeah.
But knowledge graphs, because they understand context.
Right. It's not just taking things at face value.
Exactly.
Okay.
They have the potential to help us fight back against that stuff.
So it's like fact-checking on steroids.
Kind of. Imagine if search engines, social media...
Everything.
Yeah. Could analyze information, not just based on what it says.
But what it actually means in the grand scheme of things.
Precisely. It's like giving everyone a built-in BS detector.
Ha ha ha. I like the sound of that. So much to think about. Where do we even go from here?
Well, the best thing listeners can do is dive in. Check out FalkorDB, play around with some of these tools.
See what ChatGPT can do with this tech behind it.
Exactly. You might be surprised at what you discover.
That's all the time we have for today's deep dive, but wow, what a journey. Until next time, stay curious, everyone.